Welcome back to 3 Minutes with TBD Strategies. As you know, last time we talked, I introduced you to the Shingo model for operational excellence. I didn't say this in that episode, but it is in fact an offshoot of Lean, and I will talk about that at a different time, so I'm not going to go into it today. But what I did want to do is talk to you about why I love this model so much. So I want to go a little bit into each of the dimensions. Again, this is the Shingo model. It is a printout. It is on public domain at the Shingo model website. It's in the notes for this episode. So we're talking about this. This is really the visual representation of each of the dimensions. And what I want to talk to you about today is this top dimension, which is the results. Specifically, I want to talk to you about create value for the customer. And the reason we're doing this first, you'll notice this is at the top, so it's really where you end, and we're not starting at the bottom, is because this is what everybody wants. And usually, typically people jump straight to results, and they want results, but they don't understand all the things that need to happen before results or the things that go into results. So we're talking about this first because this is part of how you get alignment. So creating value for the customer is the number one thing in business. And I would like you to take 7 seconds to think about why creating value for the customer is the number one thing. Ready, get set, go. Great, thanks for doing that. As always, I much prefer you to think about your own thoughts before I tell you mine or anyone else's. So the reason it's so important, and I would love to see how your thoughts stack up to this, is because without the customer, there is no business. Often in businesses that don't have a strong culture or don't have a strong understanding of their own culture or corporate identity, it's hard to say, they start to sort of merge themselves with other things, or they try to be what other people want, or they try to make themselves fit the trend. And what happens when you chase trends? Well, it's impossible. It's impossible to chase trends. You're always going to be lagging behind the trend. And that's why sticking to your own corporate personal identity is so critical, because you have something so unique to offer the world that only your company can offer. And if you start chasing trends, you're not going to be able to do that. So going back to creating value for the customer, this is critical in finding your customer, understanding your customer, knowing your customer's needs, and then meeting those needs. And you can only do that if you're focused on what the customer wants and who the customer is. It's this really cool symbiotic relationship between who the customer is and what they want, and who you are as a business and what you are able to provide. Often fear comes into the mix here because people start to think, oh gosh, well, there's no customers who really want me. I need to go find more customers, whatever. And so then if you're wanting to just make lots of money, that's a totally different end in of itself, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if your focus is to create value for the customer, that's a different conversation. So I really encourage you to keep thinking about that. I'd love to hear thoughts if you want to enter them in the comments, and have a great day.